Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a special edition of Breakfast and Body Slams. This is impromptu. We wasn't planning on this, but after this weekend, well, it's not even the full weekend yet. We still have NXT TakeOver to check out. We figure we'll jump on today early in the morning and do a impromptu show for everyone. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, but before I get started, let me give the plugs to our Devereaux sports teams out there who do other podcasts. On Saturdays, you will see the Old School Show at 8 a.m., the Gobbler Inc. at 9 a.m., and as scheduled, Breakfast and Body Slams will be in studio at 10 a.m. once a month. And on Sundays, today, you got to see the Sullivan Squad at 9 a.m., the MMA Misfits at 10 a.m., and coming soon will be them 215 Boys. That's right. It is a Dallas Cowboys podcast coming to Devereaux Sports, which is a Philadelphia-based home team of podcasters. So I don't know if there's going to be any kind of ruckus, any kind of feud going on, this and that. But also, for anyone who wants to view Breakfast and Body Slams, well, like I said, we're here once a month, in studio at 10 a.m., but you can catch us every Thursday night at 9:05 on the Eastern Standard Time, PM that is, and on the West Coast, 6:05, that classic Pacific Standard Time. You can catch us up on all these platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Oh, yeah, and you can go to BodySlams.pro. When you go there, you can check out everything what's going on with us at Body Slams. And the reason why I say Body Slams, because Body Slams is a joint partner that's right underneath the Devereaux Sports banner. And when Pat brought us in, he said, hey, we're trying to figure out a name for a morning wrestling show. Hey, it's morning time. Let's have breakfast. The thing I run is called Body Slams, Breakfast and Body Slams. But then we also did a spin-off of that, which we have Thursday Night Slam. So yes, Devereaux Sports is right there. We're right underneath them, Body Slams, and branched off for all of us together, Breakfast and Body Slams and Thursday Night Slam. You don't want to miss out all the teams of Devereaux Sports. You can go to their Facebook page and follow them. And also, I believe they're streaming on YouTube as well. But without any further ado, let me bring in my friend, my compadre, the man who brought me to Devereaux Sports himself, none other than the man behind the Gobbler Inc., Pat Bernard.
What's going on, guys? Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. How's everything going? I hope that was a decent intro.
I was, I'm watching, all the shows today. It's been a wild morning, getting everything properly going. But like you said, you mentioned this morning we had the Sullivan Show popping, kicking off, talking Phillies and Eagles. We had the MMA Misfits. Let me get that right. They were reacting to all the UFC fighting yesterday and the Pacquiao fight. So if you guys want to check that out, for any guys checking that, who are fans of Eagles, Phillies, and MMA, please go back and go on the Devereaux Sports page, like Chio said. But here we are. We're going to talk some wrestling with two of the greatest guys I've been in the ring with. Tough tag team. These guys are tag team specialists, great professional wrestlers, and on Devereaux Sports, we only bring on the best.
Who's coming in? Who you got coming in? Who's this best tag team you're talking about?
They're part of the Dark Carnival, right? Those guys.
Well, JoJo's not here. He's down south. So you got wreaking havoc in the house.
I didn't say for the heavyweight champion. I said the tag team champion part of it.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Pat, as always, we had to bring you down a notch.
Carly.
And we got to bring in the better Bernard, the Saint Bernard, Mikey.
No.
Hey, that's right. That's right. The better Bernard.
I think there's going to be some kind of conflict here between you two going on.
Listen, me and Mike fought our whole childhood. Okay, this is nothing different. Okay, you guys went from A ratings now to a C level rating. You brought this guy on.
But you know what? We don't want to waste anybody's time. We're
No.
Dennis Reaper, he cannot be here today. He had other obligations. As well, Austin Hamill, our newest cast member to represent BodySlams, he's gonna probably jump in here on in this edition. But yeah, you see, like I said, I still have the Thursday Night Slam banner stuff going up there. Yeah, because we're advertising this Thursday night. We have booked to come in is none other than former WWE superstar, former WCW Tag Team Champion. I believe it was CMLL. No, it was AAA. And he was on Lucha Libre USA as well. Mark Jindrak Corleone, because I never get to say that name all the time. So names that I do not get to pronounce all the time, I kind of butcher a little bit, and people might ask me, "Hey, that name is similar to
Father."
Well, yeah. And thing is, I never like people drop their mouth when I say I never really got into watching Godfather movies or even Scarface. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
Violation on you, buddy.
Yeah.
Violation.
I don't know. His man card been revoked for so many times.
It's like people when they show their collection of DVDs and stuff, it's usually that. Me, you see more Sylvester Stallone movies though. So that and like the old school type essay Vato Loco type movies, Blood In, Blood Out, American Me, those kind. So, but without any further ado, the thing that the whole wrestling world's been talking about since on Friday night, AEW had their second episode of Rampage, and what happens at the top of the show? You hear the crowd chanting, going crazy.
Yes.
CM Punk, CM Punk.
Yeah, that was great.
If I could chime in for a second, I would never thought that there'd be no bigger pop than the Road Warriors coming through Chicago. But I think CM Punk is CM Punk's town when it comes to professional wrestling. Like that name, the pop he got the other night, dude, and the fans were crying. Extort to see their favorite wrestler come through the curtain, and like I said earlier, like I thought, when you think of Chicago, I think Road Warriors, but no, that's CM Punk's town. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like it's been mentioned before that what CM stands for. Like even Kenny Omega teased it with the T-shirts with the Cookie Monster, the Chick Magnet shirt. But then people always said sometimes, you said Chicago made, Chicago made Punk. So, but yeah, as soon as that music hit, Cult of Personality blared through the arena, and he made his national television wrestling return. Even though he didn't wrestle on the show, that crowd went wild.
Yeah, blew the roof off with that one.
Like I was telling you guys earlier, I didn't know it could get louder, because when they started at one level with CM Punk, then that music hit and it exploded. But when he walked out, it got louder. It got even louder.
Yeah, it did.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Where's the sound capacity at? It just kept on going and going. It was just a beautiful sight, man.
Like you almost couldn't hear his music.
Right.
That's how loud.
Right.
It was a very exciting night for the world of professional wrestling.
And how awesome was it when
it was very emotional for fans themselves. We all seen the meme, well, not the meme, but the picture of the guy crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
props to the guy, man, because he deserves it. He's
Big
a
ups,
true
big
fan.
ups. He loves wrestling as
You
much
know,
as we all do.
If it doesn't hit your emotions, we're not doing the job. You know what I mean? So he understands his assignment. They know backlash. People were giving him backlash throughout the internet, and guess what? For being
shut it down.
salty, for being salty, now he's getting rewarded with Bound for Glory tickets and a bunch of other stuff because he deserves it. Because that's what fans are.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna give a shout out right now. We have a couple of viewers. One off of Facebook. We have on here it says Johnny Cotto, but I know him as Johnny Blaze, international wrestling star from Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Nice.
I brought
Awesome.
him in. I actually brought him into AXW here in PA to perform, and me and this kid, we go back a long way. Great dude. Apparently, I think he's actually in town. If I knew he was in town right now, I would have had him on the show right now with us. But yeah, that's Johnny Blaze right there. And also we have another from Tunic, Kevin from Twitch. How much for you to slam your partner through the table right now? No, I can't slam him right now. You know, the older I get, the back starts hurting. I don't know if I can get him up like that. So sorry, Kevin. That will not be happening. Oh, I see. We have another face popping in on the podcast, which is unscheduled because there was scheduling issues. But let's see if I can get the nod from him. Am I gonna get a head nod, yes or no, to bring him into the room? I can't tell. It looks like his camera's freezing or not. But I'll wait and come back, and we'll see if we can get this gentleman to jump in the room with us because it looks like.
Oh, wow.
I see him now. Are you available to come in the room, buddy?
No, this is like a jacuzzi full man.
Let's give it a try. Dennis.
What up?
Hey, there he is.
Welcome. We were
kitchen.
just getting into CM Punk stuff here.
I know. That's why I was like, I gotta jump in here.
Yes, this is great. Now it's like a jacuzzi full of men. I love it.
Yeah, watch it. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Sorry.
Jacuzzi full. I'm trying to figure out this here because I got all these damn things going on here. You know what? Let me just go like this here.
Here we go.
And pull that off. That's a little better there. Dennis is cooking live for. Hey, like I said, breakfast and body slams. We already had breakfast. I don't know. He's probably making lunch. He's making brunch and body slams.
Very good, Dennis. Very good.
That night for Chicago was insane. He soaked it all in. When he got in the ring, like one of the first things he said was, "You guys really know how to make a kid feel like Britt Baker in Pittsburgh."
Yeah, but this was like way louder.
I'll be right back. Got a bathroom break.
Gotcha. Because the prior week in Pittsburgh, Britt Baker came out in her gear, her outfit. You know,
that was awesome. Her outfit,
that was awesome.
Pittsburgh shows were good, but not since Austin have I ever seen a pop that grand. That grand.
I have.
Yeah.
Look,
I have.
if we gotta do pop reactions, like let's be real. The top 3 pops for anybody returning to the ring. One was Edge at the Rumble.
Yeah, that's true. That was pretty loud.
Here. Punk's reaction is top. And I would have to say probably when Lesnar came back after Mania in Miami and came back to Cena.
I don't know. I might have to say Edge at the Royal Rumble.
Edge.
Well, yeah, that's
the Hardys when they came back at WrestleMania.
Hardy at Mania, I agree. Yes, that was loud, but I think Edge and Punk had them and surpassed by thousands of decimals.
Honestly, I hate to rain on everyone's parade here, but when I get excited is when Royal Rumble and they come back with like a legend surprises us from somewhere. Like who the like you did not expect so and so to show. Like where the hell did he come from? I thought he died or whatever.
Yeah,
And next thing you
especially
know,
right.
he's
You haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah. But yeah, Punk goes on to say that he doesn't have time to talk about everything tonight, but he has Wednesday, Friday, and 4 Saturdays and Sundays of the year. So you know he's going to be on the pay-per-views and already announced, because when he was he said he was going to be out all out against Darby Allin. Now,
I like the way he called him out too.
It's very hot.
well, it's been going on. It's been hitting at, you know, Darby Allin threw that comment out there, best in the world, like what, about a week or two ago.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
And then, you know, and then now now how excited, I think Dennis touched on this before about how excited is Darby right now. He gets to work with Punk, has Sting in his corner, all in the same year. I'm like, who can ask for anything more like that? You know,
awesome.
you're just coming off the indies and stuff like that when you signed with AEW like a year ago or whatever, and then next thing you know, you're working with Sting and then
Cody.
and yeah, Cody and Punk. I mean, come on.
Like, he beat Cody for the title. You know, he's having he's one of the young talents that's done right, very right.
Yeah.
But like you could see the emotion in his face when he was looking down. Like he was like, trying to kayfabe it, but he was like a little kid up there. He really was.
You could tell by his eyes. His eyes, he wanted to cry because it was like a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
And
I loved when he I loved it when he sat in the middle of the ring and started to, I was like, wow, there's classic Punk.
When he first asked, can I tell you a story? And as soon as he took his jacket off and showed off that new t-shirt, Pro Wrestling Tees got bombed.
Their website
Yeah,
crashed
they did.
for the third time. 3 times in 2 years, their website has crashed.
And then
I don't even think WWE's website has ever crashed that bad for something like that. It did for the Lesnar. It did for Lesnar's Suplex City shirt. It did crash when they did that shirt. I will give them that. But that's pretty much it. And Edge, my bad.
The United Center as well had lines. They had pictures on Twitter, lines of people stacked ready for that t-shirt and ice cream bar. Like legit.
Now question. Is it just an ice cream bar or is it an ice cream bar with his face on? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I think it's just an ice cream bar with chocolate CM Punk's ice cream bar.
It might. I think it has his emblem on it with the fist with the lightning bolt. I think that's what it has on.
I don't know. When Taz ate it, it looked more like a Klondike type sandwich because he opened his on a stage and it looked like a Klondike bar. I didn't see no paddle or anything like that.
And now, since you guys brought up, since we were talking about t-shirts and stuff like that, if you check out, I got the Breakfast and Body Slams t-shirt with the luchador on it with the coffee and donut. If people want to get one of these or the original Breakfast and Body Slams logo, like I said, they can go on to bodyslams.pro and go to our pod shop. And we have 2 links, one to Cafe Press, the other one to Spring. They pretty much have the same turnaround time for when you order it and you get it back to you. They're like the price may vary, I guess, depending on the shipping and handling and stuff like that. But yeah, some stuff on one platform you can get that you can't get on the other one. So that's why we gave you 2 platforms to pick and choose, because you can get fanny packs on one and some other stuff on the other, like a license plate, Christmas ornament type stuff with the logos. And not only just these 2 logos, we have 2 other ones as well, which last night I just introduced the Body Slams Punk Cast version. So if no one saw it, it's actually look kind of decent. You know, he has the 2 red lines.
Oh,
the
yeah.
ring in the middle. Got the microphones with the fist holding them. So yeah, jump over to BodySlams.pro and check out our merch. And please support us. But yeah, as that time was going on, you know, he sat down in the middle ring, just like you said, Mikey, and the crowd went nuts just for him sitting down because they knew what was going to happen. He was ready to drop some famous pipe bombs or stuff. But
yeah.
but when he got into it, which he explained, he's not gonna reveal everything that night because there is a lot more on the plate to put out there what Punk is gonna do. So he discussed about how he left Ring of Honor with that tear in his eye back in 2005, and now just coming back August 20th, 2021. That long span was pretty much him in WWE, UFC, and then whatever else he did in between that time frame. So he was saying he left pro wrestling when he left Ring of Honor, and he just re-entered it back now. So everything in between that he done with WWE and all that stuff, he really didn't consider pro wrestling. It was like how they say, sports entertainment.
I mean, it's you're this is ain't the indies no more. Once you get in WWE, they tell you your match, all that stuff. You know what I mean? They write your match out, your script, and move like where I guess where he's coming. What he's pretty much saying is, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for us all here. Like it's more indie-like, but to another level when you deal with ROH, and coming to AEW gave that kind of atmosphere where WWE is just so so many political, who's pulling the strings, Triple H's company, yeah. Where this is more of a independent, it's like it's a better independent company. You know what I mean? That's where I'm getting with AEW.
This is what AEW just did to WWE.
It's a massacre. It's a massacre.
And I'm not trying to see that disrespectful, but I'm saying this because of what just happened.
Well,
and it's funny you say that, Dennis, because the whole time, like right from the beginning of SummerSlam, I'm thinking, come on, WWE, impress me, because what AEW just did, you really got to live up to the hype. Now, what are you going to do?
But that's what they tried to do yesterday. They try and bring in Becky Lynch back. They try and bring in Brock Lesnar back. Like,
but we're not on SummerSlam yet. We're not.
For a while.
We'll jump on that as soon as we can, Pat. Don't jump ahead of the game. We're still talking AEW and what's going on there. All right.
Well, I'm answering Mike's
I know
question.
you're a little excited. You're a little antsy here.
Well, no,
But yeah, with Punk, he was saying literally for those 7 years he was gone, he apologized to everyone because just like a lot of the other wrestlers, he was saying that he was physically and mentally sick. He need to get well before he can return at his best. He can't just jump from WWE to AEW and still have those issues, which back then when he left there was no AEW. But now that love for pro wrestling has never left. But now that that healing process started all those 7 years, and here AEW is like an antidote to help guys with Punk coming back from, like I said, mental and physical illness that he had. There's a lot of guys also who are expressing themselves when they're coming into AEW of what it felt like, and we talked about this with Moxley, with Aleister Black, with Buddy Matthews now that he's being called, and we also see Ruby Soho. But is she gonna debut in AEW? I think she is because
on Impact.
I don't know, but with all these kind of promos packages that they're putting out before they jump into AEW, it's just the fact that wrestlers are finally voicing themselves. They want to be heard, just like back then. We had Zack Ryder. Now he's known as
Matt Cardona, his real name.
Mark Cardona. And the thing is, back then when he was using YouTube and all that stuff, he was literally voicing. He was shooting on how they were taking care of him in the company, and then he got the fan push, and one of the guys was John Cena was behind him. But yeah, a lot of unhappy guys. Like I said, but there's only so many spots in AEW. You can't pack it like WCW did when they were just throwing money anywhere. They have to be business wise and learn how much they can spend, who they can spend it on, and is it going to benefit the company as a whole in the long run and not just the individual.
I think they have the right people in power. Not the young bucks in them. I think there's other people that are in charge that no one knows about, that are silent people. Like I could see Taz, Big Show, Mark Henry. Hey guys, listen, in order for you guys to survive against them, this is how you're going to have to play. And you can't just go drop millions of dollars on anybody. Realistically, you can't. Logically, you can't either. But what benefits them is going to be bringing in these people that are going to benefit them and their younger talent. So it's one of those. What's next? We're going to hear more from Punk. Like Punk made a bold statement after everything went down of why he signed with AEW, and he goes, "What gained his trust was the fact that they kept Brody Lee's sickness private and didn't let it out."
Yeah. And then on top of that, he also mentioned, there's a lot of great talent that he wants to work with. And then there's a lot of unfinished business. So the first thing that pops in my head when it says unfinished business, what comes to mind to you before I say anything of unfinished
WWE.
business? No. In AEW.
Oh, in AEW.
You say
you have Brian, you have Brian, you have Cody, you have Neville.
I'm thinking unfinished business is they're going to be working in the same work environment now. Are they going to be able to hash out whatever differences they had in the past that kind of the breakup of friendship between him and Colt Cabana? That's what I'm wondering.
Oh yeah.
Totally forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
What do you think on that, Dennis? Between Colt Cabana and
I honestly think they've been fine because there's been plenty of photos where Colt and Punk have been at the same concerts multiple times in the past couple of years.
Recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I honestly think they're good.
So they probably so they didn't put it out there publicly then really too much of of their friendship again, or they're just taking it slow to get back together,
or they're just keeping it private and not telling anybody.
Yeah.
Because realistically, let's be real. This wrestling business, being in the wrestling business, our personal lives are so out there, and people are so caught up in it that it affects people's real true what people really feel. And sometimes keeping things to yourself sometimes benefit everybody because it's your personal life. Keep it personal. You don't want to keep your coworkers always in the loop of everything because they might be upset, they might get jealous, and all that stuff. So friendships sometimes need to stay on the low to benefit you guys because being up there was part of the reason why they had their issue. So.
Well, we have plenty of weeks, and throughout the year, we like you said, we got Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and we will find out more as time goes on. But Rampage, they had some other matches going on that night. They had a tag team eliminator tournament semifinal as Jurassic Express defeated Private Party to advance. Gentlemen, your thoughts on that match?
It was a good match. After that Punk thing, like that took everything out of me. So, like, I'm like, all right, it's one of the things like you really gonna follow that. It is hard. It's hard.
They did. No, they followed.
It is. It really is hard.
And like I saw the meme where somebody put out like, okay, we just had CM Punk's return, and then you come back with this, and they show Luchasaurus like come back to this. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of somewhat funny, I guess. I don't know. And then then after that, we had Jade Cargill defeat Kiera Hogan.
I'm happy that Kiera got a break on AEW. I didn't know that she had a couple matches, so that's pretty cool. Really, it was just a squash match. And
yeah, the way they were promoing it too, you kind of saw that coming.
And they're pushing Jade like crazy.
Yeah, that's like their Bianca Charlotte type person.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I saw her.
Yeah, she's tall, she's built, and she can work though. That's the thing though. I don't
know about that.
To a point, but she can hold her own though. At least
I'll give you that.
At least
because I've seen their matches and nothing impressed me. Like she's just all attraction instead of anything.
Exactly, and that's how a lot of them are too. And then the night of AEW Rampage off, they had Jon Moxley beating Daniel Garcia.
That was actually a pretty decent match. I enjoyed it.
I was kind of really excited about this because I got to work on a couple of shows with Daniel Garcia as the sound guy, so I got to see up close to see what he can do out there in the ring live. And trust me, the kid is really, really good. There's a lot of talent from the Northeast here that recently, within the last year or two, that I have worked with in the past or currently, who are getting their AEW Dark matches, as well as some tryouts on the actual Dynamite a couple times.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I think Daniel Garcia is going to be one of those guys that's going to stick around for a little bit. He's gonna improve. Will they keep him with 2.0? We don't know. Maybe it's the best bet just to keep them all together so they could feed off each other. Can he shine on his own? We don't know.
I believe he can because he's technically good. I would like to see him against Danielson to see exactly where his level's at.
That would be a great match.
Because he's actually pretty decent with chaining and switching maneuvers and ins and outs. So I want to see exactly how good he is with somebody the caliber of Bryan Danielson.
Well,
look, all in all, Rampage, I want to say
they brought their A game.
If I got to give it a rating between 1 and 5, I'll give it a 4. A 4, and only because
of Punk.
The tag team match. I love this. I love the tag team match, but there was some things that shouldn't have happened in the match, like the top rope to the outside. What was it? The shooting star, or the moonsault that he missed completely almost and almost got hurt. Bad.
Didn't you say he almost died?
No, that's Priest. That's a
okay. That's the wrong show.
Yeah, Private Party's guy did a springboard off the top rope to the outside and barely made it. Well, barely hit the guy, kind of, I would say. Other than that, the match is great. I think the women's match was lackluster a little bit, and I'm fans of both women. I think it just was very So that's what killed him from getting a 5. Because if that match would have went off like gold, it would have been a 5 all the way around. That entire show was good. It was just that one match kind of killed it by a point.
I kind of agree with you. Yeah, it's a 4, but if it wasn't for Punk coming out, it'd probably be a 3.
I would have gave it a 3.5. At that.
Yeah,
but
CM Punk definitely elevated that show.
A lot of people, killing Tony Khan and all them for all the hype and not giving them what they wanted. But Tony Khan gave it away. Like, he legit gave it away in the day going,
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah.
hey, I don't let my fans down. Trust me, you're going to want to tune in tonight because I'm not here for disappointment. So at that point, I knew Punk was showing up. I think they should have ended the show with Punk, not opening the show with Punk.
Well, that's how a lot of people feel. But then at the same time, I think that they're thinking like, okay, the fans waited this long. Let's don't let them wait any longer. Let's give them what they want.
Yeah, like the fans would have drowned every last match there until he came out. So.
But that's the point. The point is this. You took all the oxygen out of the crowd for the Punk, right?
Yes.
They were into the rest of the show, but they weren't as into the show. That's the problem. That's where I think Punk should have been the last thing of the night. Because the fans would have been amped up all night and into everything. And then after the last match, Punk music hits. That's would have been through the roof. And
I was thinking that if he would, like, even though he was in the opening, if he would have made a run-in at the very end, or if not him, even Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, that would have been hot as well to end the night. Either or.
Yeah, what if?
And I hear chewing. But you know what? AEW, they did their thing. Ratings were up, and for only being their second episode of Rampage, they brought it. So
yes, they did.
But now, gentlemen, we're gonna transcend on what everyone had their eyes on last night.
On that note, I gotta roll out because I did watch SummerSlam, so I don't want to hear anything really about it.
You're gonna diss.
I didn't watch SummerSlam. I only watched the first.
All right, you know what? We'll switch it up. We'll keep you on.
Well, no, I'm gonna go and hang out with the little one now.
Okay.
I want to be on here for the whole AEW thing because I did watch that. I wanted to give my thoughts on that.
Okay,
but y'all
we're gonna be doing the takeover lineup then as well.
I'll send my picks in. I'll comment.
God, we're gonna get his picks. Last time he texted us picks, it all didn't end well. Vicky Guerrero.
I'm leaving. Y'all have fun. I'll see you guys later.
Yep. See you Thursday night.
Yeah.
Okay, we just lost Dennis Reaper there, folks. Hopefully we get back our Mr. Pat Bernard or even Austin if he chimes in. But till then,
I just saw that Pat said he had to go into work because of flood on 76.
God, somebody flushed the toilet the wrong way. All right, so people got to deal with the Three Stooges right now, which is us. And now we're going to jump into the SummerSlam results. As far as they kicked off on the kickoff with Big E defeating Baron Corbin. Now,
you know what, though? With that match, that was appropriate for a kickoff because it wasn't like a big deal kind of thing. So I think that was appropriate to put a match like that on the kickoff.
Man, like it really didn't do anything. I like that. McAfee's he keeps calling him bum ass Corbin. That's funny.
I was just about to
but props to Corbin. He's doing an awesome job with his gimmick. No matter what trashy gimmick it is, he's putting it over. I think the bum gimmick is pretty funny, but that's just me. But
lost his music.
He was hugging the briefcase for dear life, like things like that. It's funny. Like sooner or later, I think this is going to be the step to his next big push. Just don't know when.
Yeah, I think Big E and I was thinking Corbin was actually gonna leave with the briefcase. I thought he was like somehow by hook or crook he would have bounced up out of there. So, but
took his briefcase back.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, I'm just playing around with the settings here, checking everything out here. I'm just having fun a little bit, guys. Sorry. All right, but yeah. Then we opened up the show SummerSlam with RK Bro taking on AJ Styles and Omos for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Gentlemen, thoughts?
It was a decent match, but we already knew the outcome. You know, it was written in stone. I enjoyed it. It was all right. I thought another match should have went on first, but hey, who am I? I don't have a pencil.
Yeah, the pencil pushers really make all the decisions, and it kind of sucks when they don't know what the hell they're talking about sometimes. But you know what? The crowd loved it. It was a nice start to the actual pay-per-view itself, not the kickoff. And like I said, the fans were happy with that. I'm like I give that a plus.
It was good. It was a good match, but all of us, we saw coming that this was now the chance for AJ to go back to singles, which I think that's where he's the best at.
Yeah,
I don't see that it's going to happen, not yet. But if he does signals, almost would just go right back into either A, that bodyguard role, or B, they're going to get rid of him. He'll be one of those next cuts. That's what I think.
I think WWE's crazy if they do that.
What?
They
cut
really
him?
do. Yeah.
I don't.
You look like a loss for words over there, T.
Nah, it's just he doesn't do anything for me.
No, he doesn't. He's just a big guy. Just like
all you are is power and intimidating looking. What do you do for me? He does nothing.
Like who I think is better than him, who's a big guy right now, is what's his name? Aziz with
Archer.
I mean Aziz.
Hell no! I think he's more garbage.
You think he's more garbage than almost?
Yes. Have you seen him move?
You know what? Let's make a fair assessment. Let's just.
I've been watching.
How about we just get rid of them both?
Underground, and they both were trash.
So how about we just get rid of them both and call it a day?
Hey, no problem.
And that works out.
But,
all right. Well, but yeah, RKO got to walk away with the titles, and before they got up the rampway, well, there was no ramp, but before they kept going back through the aisle to get back, you noticed Orton grabbed Riddle like, "Yo, kid, you like come back here. You got to pose here for the cameras as they're about to go to a commercial for the next match and stuff." So, but it is what it is, and but a match that I feel it should have been on the kickoff show
definitely
was Alexa Bliss facing Eva Marie.
Like that match.
Yeah, that's another kickoff show match. I love Alexa, but still.
If we would have took that match off, would have gave other matches more opportunities, but we ain't going to go there just yet. Want to say that for a little bit.
Like I kind of like the fact at the end we see Doudrop start voicing her opinion at the end of the match, saying the loser of the match, Eva Marie. I think there should have been more to escalate that angle there than just that. Maybe it would have cost her the match.
I thought she was going to actually like when Eva was like down on her, like fully like beat her up, like the whole nine. And when she grabbed the mic, as we were saying before we went on the shows, say her her actual wrestling name. That's kind of like a teaser. Like, oh, come on, say it.
Yeah. Man, sorry, I'm just a little dazed here after last night. It was a long night. It was a long pay-per-view. I'm tired as hell. I'm sure you guys are too as well. But we got to see one thing that was exciting, which was coming out like in almost his. I'm not gonna say. Well, was his braids in like red, white, and blue type?
No,
Because
it was blue.
I know he had all blue on, but was there like
he
a?
had an American flag on one side and a Puerto Rican flag
Okay,
on the
yeah.
other. So
Yeah.
as soon as I saw his gear, I knew.
Yeah, you knew
he
he would. Yeah, exactly. You knew he was gonna go over for the United States Championship.
It's his time to go over. I saw that coming. I had him picked to go over. He had a good match, but there was I believe it was one spot that he launched himself onto Sheamus to the outside and took one of the worst hip bumps I've ever seen in my entire life. I sat there and the wrestler in me was like, "Oh my god!" The sciatic in me was like, "Ugh." Like it was bad. Like I know he was hurting after that bump. He looked like he was moving a little slowly, but he's gonna feel that definitely in a couple years. Trust me on that one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to let everyone know out there watching, if you guys want to chime in, make comments or questions during us being here live on the podcast, please do so in the chat. Whether you are watching us on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, just like I said, just chime in on the chat. We'll try to answer each question, whichever that's appropriate to show on here, as well as comments as well. So going on, the next title match was the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Yeah, the Usos taking on Rey and Dominic Mysterio. As we've seen in the weeks here, they were going back and forth with a little cheating, trying to help each other's partner to pick up the victory, except for last with a Friday when Dominic got caught and cost him the match there.
Yep.
And
now, how soon do you guys think it'll be? Do you think that Dominic is eventually going to turn on his dad?
It's already started. All this right now, it's the prelude. It's already starting. He's going to turn on his dad. I bet that it's going to be Dominic and Rey at WrestleMania.
Ooh. Father, son.
I can see that.
Which
unless Vince wants to be a bum and pull the trigger on it early, but it's best for WrestleMania. Maybe Ray could bow out for a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's definitely a WrestleMania.
I believe there's been other father-son matches before, but the one that's recent that's going to be coming up, I believe, was it this weekend or is it next weekend? Which is Kobe Carino going head-to-head against his dad, Steve Carino, and this is one I am looking forward to see online on IWTV, definitely. So, but the Usos, they picked up the victory. I was thinking in the back of my mind, I was thinking, hey, the Mysterios are gonna pull this off, but then I stopped and thought about it. The whole Samoan Dynasty type thing with with everyone having the titles. No, it's not gonna happen, not yet. And then and just watch them in there. It's like Dominic's getting better.
Yeah.
But he's not at that point where, like, I feel like if I was a straight up fan, I wouldn't want to see him on WWE TV.
Here's my gimmick with him. He's doing high flyer stuff when he shouldn't be doing high flyer stuff. I think he's bigger.
It just doesn't look natural for him because
he looks lanky.
Because when he does it, it doesn't look fluent for him. It's like okay, he's only doing it because who his dad is.
Yeah.
Right.
The nationality, trying to be the luchador type of thing going on.
I think he's built for a whole different style.
I can see him be technical, like a Alberto.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Rio.
Probably more like technical wrestler.
Alberto Rio, best of both worlds. He has the technical ability, and once in a while he pulls off the high flying stuff.
Yeah, and that's how Del Rio was.
Yeah,
too as well.
Yeah.
The Usos managed to walk away with the tag team championships of SmackDown,
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
then we go from that to a one match that was exciting for one part and disappointing for the other half. One we didn't get to see. Okay, let's start from the beginning. One, we did not get to see Sasha Banks for whatever medical reasons. Did she catch COVID? Was she cleared? This,
I
that.
don't know. I'm guessing this is not the truth. I'm guessing COVID because, something this big, that was one of the big 3 matches of the night. The theme song was addressed to that match, and to pull, Sasha from it, that was a big call. So,
Right.
that was one of the big matches of the night.
And then the next disappointment. Then the next disappointment after seeing her pulled is they incorporated Carmella. I'm not a huge fan of Carmella. I'm like,
I'm not either, but she didn't deserve that spot either.
Yeah.
Like, no. Like, she didn't deserve what happened. Like, don't put her in there. I thought was going to happen is that I didn't know that the sickness was for real. I didn't know that she got sick. So I'm thinking maybe this is a kayfabe. They'll have Carmella come out and then Selena. And then finally when Bianca's all worn out, then Sasha comes out. You know what I mean? I thought that might have went, but then when the next person came out,
this is when the fans got their pop again. Is when
the man
Becky Lynch made her return. She looked like she lost a lot of weight there. She was really thin.
She looked ripped. She looked good.
I kind of liked her before. She had a little more weight to her though. It is. I guess depends how you look at it though.
Remember, she just had a baby, so she was trying to train to come back. So maybe she was going a little bit harder than normal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So she lost a lot.
Yeah, probably.
And her husband is CrossFit Jesus. So
yeah, we all know who he is.
So I mean, that's that for everyone out there. That's the positive part of the that segment. Now we'll get to the disappointing part of the whole segment.
Please do so.
Please.
Go ahead, Mike.
So the disappointing part is Becky Lynch is eyeing and having words with Bianca Belair, and then they have a match, and it turns into a squash match, and Becky quickly wins the title. And that is where we all have a problem, because it looks racist.
Then we'll
be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I can't. I'm not gonna say
racist.
I'm not gonna say it's racist. I'm gonna say more or less is that they're just catering to Becky because who she's with.
Why don't you have Bobby squash Bill Goldberg?
He still won though.
Why didn't you have him squash Bill Goldberg?
Why not? It's Bill Goldberg though.
Once again, why didn't you have Bobby squash?
Why?
He's old.
Okay.
I usually joke around and call him old.
Being old ain't being racist or anything.
Bro, it is. I don't give a damn what anybody else says. It's racist as shit. Look at me.
So
Kofi dropped out in 10 seconds, but Brian got about a 10-minute match with Brock. Come on now. Vince, if you watching. Huh? Bruce, if you watching. What's wrong?
He's talking to y'all.
Huh? I'm never going to get a job, so fuck y'all. You racist pieces of shit. And no matter how many times you go to a Dave Chappelle show, Vince, you ain't with the culture, motherfucker. Understand that?
Heard that.
It's wrong. It's dead wrong. Everybody in the arena knew it's dead wrong. Why didn't you give him 5 to 10 minutes to go on the board? Hey, if Becky had a match, if Becky would have had a legit match with Bianca, nobody would be this pissed. Because I guarantee you in the shoot pipe, Bianca will whoop her ass. But we ain't going there, right?
I think if they would have took that Alexa and Eva match and stuck that on the pre-show on the kickoff, they probably would have had more time for them because they also still have times they got to stick by too, by their formats. There are people who sit back there and time out each of the matches for how long from start to finish of the pay-per-view. So they if anything, they would have to cut other people's times to make it go further. And then on top of that, which we all agreed, there was no build-up. I'm like, at least they could have done a build-up. The most you could have said was when it's saying about bringing out Zelina. Let's say Carmella and Zelina was jumping Belair. Then Becky came out. They could have turned it into a tag match, and then it could have been a quick go over, just to have a nice stare down build up for a future match between them two. I think it would have went better if they would have done that. Had the tag match, and then the stare down for like her has her eye on the title. Like, yeah, I'm coming for that. I want that.
Get that
that would have made more logical sense, if anything. Like I said, it could have went quick, and we wouldn't have been disappointed because of who we had in there working together between Belair and Becky against Carmella and Zelina Vega. You look like you had a twitch in your eye, like you wasn't agreeing with me on that one.
I agree with the tag match. They could have done the tag match, like have Zelina and them come out.
I could have brought out Teddy Long and made it a tag match.
Standing right there with Bianca, and out of nowhere, her song come out, and boom, everybody goes crazy. Since we're gonna give you match, and at the end of the match have a stare down scream, I'm coming for you. That would have made money because everybody would want to see that match. But no,
right? Because there's the build-up.
American gets jobbed out in a few seconds, right? Jeez.
All right. Well, the next match on the card, we had two minorities. And I don't know who's whiter than the other one. So well, hold up. Well, one's whiter than the other one, technically. To me, this was, they both can work, but it was not a match that not many fans really wanted to see. And it was Drew McIntyre against Jinder Mahal. I'm kind of glad they got rid of Shanky and what's the other guy's name? I'm glad
Samir, I think.
Something. Yeah, I'm glad they kept them in the back just to let these two work, because I think if they were out there and they were interfering, it would have took away from the match and would have made it a hell lot worse. But yeah, I'm like I said, I can't take nothing away against both guys. It was just a match that nobody was really that excited for, except maybe people of their own, like their big Mark fans who love these two guys, or people from their own homeland, I would say.
I don't know. I'm not sure if Heath is still with Impact, but if he wasn't with Impact, it would have been a great time for him to show up.
Now, what I'm waiting for is, I mentioned last night in the chat room, I said I'm waiting for somebody on the indies to do Jinder Mahal ripoff type gimmick where he's a manager of a U-Haul storage facility type thing, and call him, but be a redheaded Indian, so they can call him Ginger Mahal, U-Haul. I know it sounds stupid, but you know what? On the indies, they do a lot of stupid. They do a lot of stupid stuff, stupid gimmicks, stupid names, and this would just be one of them that I could see happening. But like I said, I can't really say nothing too much about the match. The match was solid. The guys went back and forth.
Oh, absolutely.
And it was nothing you can be really disappointed about. Just that it wasn't one of those matches that nobody really wanted to, check out. Really, seriously. So, with that being said,
that could be another. That would be another kickoff show match too. Honestly,
it could have been. It could have been. Yeah. Now we're gonna jump right into a match that was really exciting for the women's division, as your champion with the Raw Women's Championship, Nikki Cross, taking on the Queen, Charlotte Flair, and Rhea Ripley. Now, we've seen constant breakups in this match. It had people on the edge of their seats because every time you thought one person had it, it got broken up by the third party. And that beautiful corkscrew moonsault to the outside by Charlotte Flair. We've seen her do moonsaults before, but this was like the way she did this corkscrew. It was beautifully executed, just the rotation and everything. But I just didn't like the way how Nikki got caught between Charlotte's legs and the barrier. I thought she would have been done.
Oh yeah, I thought so too. That looked nasty.
I wasn't really paying attention to the end.
Wow, you guys really ain't got no words for me for this one here.
No,
You're leaving me out to dry.
I wasn't emotionally involved. Like I thought Nikki was gonna come out. She defied the odds.
I was gonna,
the biggest.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
here's another match where we were disappointed with the ending.
And nothing against Charlotte because I love Charlotte, but she had nothing to prove. You know what I mean? But they want to keep her happy because they don't want her to join her boo and her daddy elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that is.
Next match was Edge taking on Seth Rollins. I'm gonna let you two talk on this. I gotta step over to the monitor and check something out.
I thought this match was very good. It was actually the best professional wrestling match on the card.
I liked Edge's Brood entrance, man. That was freaking awesome.
it was a very good match. Yeah. Oh my God. I popped like a little kid. I'm like, no, you did not come out like that. And then when the fires came up, I'm like, no.
Yeah. I was like, no way he's coming up from underneath. And he did.
He comes up cheesing and everything. I'm like, oh, he's doing it. So that was pretty dope. And then the fact that he switched it up was cool too. So he did the thing halfway through the entrance, and then he stood in the main rampway and did his Edge thing. So that was awesome. The match itself was very good. I enjoyed it. I knew Edge was going to go over because he has not won a match in like
that's true.
Since the so-called greatest wrestling match ever.
See, I'm thinking for the entrance when you said about him coming out. We already talked about this, but I'm gonna say it out here for the people who didn't hear. It would have been great if, like how when John Cena came out and he had all those John Cena guys standing on each side. If they would have had a bunch of Brood characters in the white shirts, long hair, whatever, standing there like as followers, and then music hits, and Edge is coming out, but he's being led by Gangrel.
That would have been awesome.
Like walk halfway down the aisle like he did, drink the blood or Kool-Aid, whatever, what's in there, spit it out right there in the aisleway, and then his Edge music hits, and then continue on. I would have liked that as an opener when he came out, but him coming out to the music itself was a pop right there alone. So, but then the match, like I thought was great. When just the way he was dressed, and I guess just the way he had himself done up with his hair, the way the beard. I'm like, which is quite common. It's just like, but it had that Brood vampire type feel to it. And then
even Seth Rollins' outfit had a little bit of that, like
Edge too. I mean, for Seth Rollins, I was thinking, like, hey, are we gonna have two vampires go at it?
Yeah.
I'm like, am I watching Twilight or something? Like, I'm like, I didn't know, but yeah, that's what it looked like when they're standing face to face in the middle of the ring. I thought literally it was a vampire movie about to go down between the two, but Edge, we all knew Edge, like he said, he went to the dark side, this and that, and we know he was going over. It was hands down. It was no surprise. So
no, but it was a great, like you said, great back and forth match.
Yeah, I could actually sit and watch that one more time. Now jumping to another match that was some might say it was a great match, some might say it was racist or whatever but
No, I just believe that Bobby should have basically demolished Goldberg. That's that.
Bobby,
and then have his son cover Goldberg, like, please, no more.
Well, Bobby Lashley defeated Goldberg to retain the WWE title by stoppage of the match. The referee had to stop the match because Goldberg could not continue. What went down was MVP, as the referee had his back turns, dealing with Bobby Lashley. MVP with the cane through the ropes, swung the cane, tapping Goldberg in the leg with that little delay in the cell, it looked like, and then Bobby Lashley come charging in and start going to work on the leg. So, thoughts on that, the way it went down?
It was actually a pretty decent match, all in all. Bobby made Goldberg work, which was funny. Goldberg almost killed himself on his own accord, which was what he did this move that's sort of like a, I'm not sure I can't remember if it was slam or whatever, but it was Goldberg's own movement, and he landed on his shoulder and neck. I'm like, what in the hell? You almost try to basically off yourself. But it was one of the things like I really didn't care for, unless they would have squashed Goldberg out. Then that would be different. That would have had everybody like, whoa, what just happened? That would make sense. But who am I? I don't have the pencil. So
I was joking around calling him Oldberg, and I was like, well, he's actually got energy. He didn't run out of breath after his entrance. Wow.
He's a physical specimen and a half. I ain't gonna say that. The dude is jacked beyond all jacked.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like 60 years old. If he's 60, I'm not sure. I might be making him older than he is, but for his old age, he's up
there. He's up there.
But
he is.
Just take your Hall of Fame, and if you want to do something, announce. Do something. Don't come back to the ring.
True.
What do you think about Gabe getting involved? And
that's like, I don't know. I'm not sure how. Is the kid 18? I think he's 18. I'm not sure, or he's 14. I'm not sure. But fuck them kids. He did right.
He's so cruel. He's cruel. This guy, had no heart.
But I think, like I said, if the kid would have covered his dad, it would have been different. I'm not sure. Then you could have told a longer story to that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I don't have the pencil. So on to the next.
On to the next. All right. Main event time. Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, takes on the 16th time champion, trying to go for number 17. Now currently Hollywood star John Cena. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
It was a fun match. I'm gonna give you that. It was a fun match.
It was.
I thought for a second there when he picked up, he actually hit the FU from the top, or the attitude adjustment, whichever one you want to call him. I said, "Oh, they're gonna give it to him." And then he kicked out. I said, "Oh, you're jobbing."
Yeah.
I thought.
I don't know. I was kind of thinking if he kicks. Yeah, I'm thinking if he kicks out, Roman's definitely going over, and he did. I was like, "Yep."
And then, and then he hit the table one, and you see the look on his face with the crowd, and he just quick grabbed him, threw him in, went for the cover, and you thought that was it because instead of the classic where he sent him through, and they're gradually gonna grab the guy and slowly bring him in, roll him, go for the slow cover, and then kick out. But when you see how fast he was, like, eyes popped open, quick grabbed Roman, threw him in, jumped in, I was thinking, that's it. And I was wrong.
It was too much. I think he gave Roman too much time at that point.
No, I don't like in that end right there where we're going through the table and then trying to pin him. No, he didn't give him too much time. It was exactly enough time where if he would have pinned him, I would have been like, okay, they're gonna end it like that. I would have been disappointed still at the same time, but I would give it to him. But like I said, if he took his time, if he struggled with getting him back into the ring, or if Roman or Cena was like after he gave him the F5 or not F5 the attitude adjustment, that like if he was still selling some kind of other injury and stuff, I can see, you know, like I said, they're cakewalking it until they got to the pin, but it didn't. It was like instant crowd reaction, throw him in, pin, and there's the kick out. I'm like, fuck. So yeah. So that's as soon as he kicked out of that, because he hit him with the the I want to say FU though too at the same time. The attitude adjustment earlier, top rope, and then through the table, and still doesn't get it. That's 3 different versions. He just hit, and then he's not going to get it then. If he would have got it on the third one, I would have been like, okay, kind of see that coming then. But no, once he missed that third one like that, it was like it was like going back to seeing Rock and Austin hitting each other's finishers back and forth or hitting multiple times over and over again, and they just keep kicking out. So, but yeah, I actually like Roman going over. Like he is the face of the company, but then, you know, lo and behold, everybody and their mama gets a huge surprise at the end of the night.
All them budget cuts, you gotta do something, right? Brock. I actually love Brock.
Well, we got someone who's disagreeing with us. Marty saying
Mary Bet. I was watching the SummerSlam with, and she was in the bathroom, and I seen the Lesnar pop. I was like, Lesnar, it's Lesnar. Come on out, it's Lesnar. She's like, what?
Somebody threw the meme up. I think you showed me it of Lesnar's hair looking like an onion.
Yeah, Twitter don't miss, dog. They went crazy. It was an onion with the little bush on the bottom and the bush on the top. Oh, I was losing
it. So Mike, were you marking out?
Yes,
I was. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't believe it.
Brock's ponytail was trending. It was crazy. He looked like he ate Alex Hammerstone.
Oh god!
But you know what else was hilarious was Paul Heyman's reaction. He's down on his knees. He's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Now
he said, "Oh no, Tribal Chief."
Now what? I got a question. Now the question is, what is your thoughts of what the? It might be a two-way, a two-part question. One, what do you see WWE doing with this? What's going on now? You got Heyman, Roman, and Lesnar all involved now. What do you see them doing? What they are doing? And number 2 is, what would you like to see be done? Mike, let's start off with you.
Oh man, that's a tough one because it's what do you do in that situation?
Okay, but what do you see WWE doing? Where do you see them from their standpoint, from what you've seen WWE in the past of stuff they have done already? What do you see them what they're going to do with this right here? Where do you think they're going with it?
I think that they're going to well, obviously they're going to have the feud going with but what they're going to do with, as far as Paul Heyman goes, which side he chooses, I don't know. I think eventually he's going to stick with Roman Reigns. I think they'll have him stick around because I think if they're going to still lead to Roman fighting The Rock, then somehow they're going to have Roman go over on Brock Lesnar. And I think that would be a good idea if Brock Lesnar left SmackDown and started feuding with Bobby Lashley. That would be a great match and a marquee match everybody's willing to watch, because then it's like, okay, is Lesnar the one that takes Bobby Lashley down and takes the title?
Well, Mary, who is with you, says they're gonna fight, meaning Roman and Lesnar. And then what she would like to see, though, number 2, is Roman just kick Lesnar's butt. So basically, that's her viewpoint.
And she is not a fan of Brock Lesnar at all. She's like, ew, Brock Lesnar. I'm like, I thought it was like, it was a great. They needed that. Like, they needed that to happen.
All right, here's my take on this. I love Brock. I think Brock is a special talent. Not many people know that. He could work. He could really work. But they don't see that because all they see is this big guy throwing people around. Wrong opponent. To me, I want to see him versus Bobby Lashley. And that's just me. It would make sense. They both have MMA careers. They're both similar in packaging. Like, that's the match I want to see. But
I think Lashley would actually take Goldberg in an MMA match. Honestly,
it's hard because
you would.
Because Brock is a former UFC champion. Lashley has not.
Yeah, but
Brock is a former two-time UFC champion.
Lashley didn't he have like so much more matches than a better win-loss record than Brock does?
I'm not sure, but
Well, the other thing, let's not forget that Lashley has, in interviews, has said that he wanted to take on. This is the time. He's got something that Brock wants. So that's a great build-up right there.
Like, that's a match I want to see, but it's not going to go that way right now. We're going to go with Roman. And I dig the whole custody battle for Paul Heyman. That's pretty cool. What I think they're going to do, being the WWE, they may hang this man from a cage up top and have a fight for him. I don't know. They're crazy like that.
That would be hilarious.
Now I'm
not sure if Hell in a Cell's in October.
I have to look it up.
That's like their next big one, or Survivor Series. But I think they're gonna take it to the next pay-per-view and they're gonna do their thing. That's about it.
All right. And my thoughts on this is that I can see them making Reigns and Lesnar go at it, and Heyman's gonna be the middleman. Like, who are you gonna pick, me or him? But what I preferentially would see is, like how we all said, we like to see him go over to Raw, work Lashley, but the catch is Heyman manages both Brock and Roman, so he would have champions on both shows. That's my thought process.
Yeah, I could see that.
He'd be the advocate for both. One leads to another for the whole time going on. Like, who are you going to be with, me or him? Oh, well, I can't make it to Raw today. Oh, I can't make it on SmackDown today. So then eventually Heyman has to choose who's he going to be, what corner he's going to be in. And come Mania, the world champion against Universal champion, main event, Heyman in the corner, like, trying to decide whose corner he's going to be in.
Oh, man.
I would wait till WrestleMania. I would let the build up. I would let the build up and let both champions enter the Royal Rumble.
Bro, They held
Ma-
time
imagine-
WrestleMania twice, I think, already.
Imagine that though. No, but it's a twist though. You got Heyman,
Yeah.
like you said, Heyman is the custody battle. But the thing is, the build up, they like had them both in the middle of the ring at Rumble, like the stare
Oh
down,
my god!
like when
and
like
the look on
like they'll co-
Heyman's face.
like Hogan and Warrior when the fans finally got to see them two in the middle of the ring, and the Royal Rumble. It was like, holy shit, we gotta wait until till WrestleMania for this. That's what I'm looking at, something like that. But like I said, WWE, they have their way of thinking, the way they do things, whether it's people in management with Peacock, NBC, US, or whatever.
Right.
A lot of them make decisions who has nothing to do with wrestling. They're just looking at ratings and this and that. So, and we'll find out. Well, we probably won't find this out until Friday Night SmackDown, unless Lesnar actually comes out on Raw. That'd be a surprise. But
That would be awesome.
so, but yeah, we're gonna have to wait and find out. But up next on the final note, let's run down the lineup for tonight. NXT TakeOver 36. Apparently, they got a pre-show match going on. Trey Baxter taking on Ridge Holland. Now, I haven't been keeping up with these with the new guys in that tournament. I believe they're the final two guys. Wait, no, Trey. Wait,
Trey Baxter. He was in GCW.
Yeah, Trey
Hart. I forget his name.
But yeah, that if you know who they are, they're on the pre-show. Like I said, I'm guilty. I'm at fault. I gotta say, like I said, I haven't been watching that. But when they're gonna kick off the takeover, the lineup consists of, for the United Kingdom Championship, Walter against Dragunov. They're gonna push Dragunov. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna push the hell out of him. And if they give him the title, it's only because probably Walter's probably going to go to the main roster.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I like with the Ridge Holland and Trey Baxter. Holland's going to go over because he was getting pushed before he got injured, so that's a given. NXT Walter versus Dragunov. Dragunov is taking this belt because Walter had it for a very long time. And like I was chatting with you guys earlier, Vince wants big dudes, so maybe he might have gave talking to Walter like, hey, we bring you in as a, for a few appearances because, he wants the big guys.
Yeah, because with everything going on right now with regarding NXT, them talking about putting them back into as a development territory type thing for the main roster, it's going to be a huge slap in the face to the roster of NXT. And if they're going to cherry pick the big guys or certain guys to come up right away, it's like, okay, that's not a bad thing when you're going to the main roster, but at the same time, you're taking away from something that Triple H that worked so hard to build and put over. And the fact that, like, I don't know if it's business and money reasons they're doing this, or if it's just out of spite as saying, hey, we're tired of seeing NXT getting over better than us in some of the ratings than most, or we can take these guys and make our ratings even better because now we got to face, now our Raw and SmackDown got to face AEW. So we need some of that NXT flavor and blood to come up here and give us a hand. So, but the fact of the matter is, of them going back to developmental is a huge slap. It's I don't like it happening.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it either.
It's a huge slap. And Paul Triple H, he worked very hard to put that product where it's at, and it's not fair to him. You know what it is? It's your own booking on your shows and make your show so lackluster. So you want to take blame on something else as pure as NXT and fuck with them. That's what it is to me. You know what I mean? Because maybe, like you said, spitefulness for the ratings, as well as maybe punishment for losing the ratings war when they had it against AEW on Wednesdays. You know,
If that's the case, that's really it's kind of childish. It's like, come
I'm
on,
not saying
Vince.
that's the case, but you know how
Right.
petty the WWE is.
Now, right now, I'm a little up on the skill of trying to see which side this next match is going to balance out on. NXT Championship match, Karrion Kross taking on Samoa Joe. In the recent weeks, last month or whatever, how many weeks it's been, we've seen what Kross been doing. Yeah, on going over, jobbing. What the hell? But then yet he's shining on NXT still. So are they going to bring him up permanently, or they're going to keep him, on as NXT champion, or give Joe the title since he's cleared to work now?
My hypothesis, Joe is going to go over because his name's more credible, with all due respect to Karrion, for the brand. Also, he has not done anything in a very long time because of the injury. Also, because they've been bringing Karrion up to the main roster,
yeah, that's why I think. That's why I think.
Yeah, if Joe's over, we can definitely see Karrion the next night on Raw.
Yeah.
If Karrion,
I love the promos.
If Karrion's over, then he's gonna stay on. He's gonna stay on NXT, but I'm thinking they'll still use him on Raw regardless because he's been already coming up the last couple weeks anyway. So either way, we're probably going to see Karrion regardless on Raw. So it's
yeah. I love the Karrion Kross. Takes me back to Wendy.
Now, next up on the lineup that I have here is the NXT Women's Championship. Raquel Gonzalez taking on Dakota Kai. That's going to be interesting one there because the whole time they were doing the what do we say, the Diesel Shawn Michaels gimmick between the two of them,
right?
Diesel Shawn Michaels gimmick with Coda being HBK and Raquel being Big Daddy Cool. But that's one I haven't really picked out a winner. I think it's Coda's turn to shine. She's been in NXT, and she has great matches. She could get herself over. She could talk. So I think it's Coda's time to shine. But it's hard for me to say no to Raquel Gonzalez because she's dominating. Like, she's a force.
I can see Raquel staying with NXT, not going to the main roster, because I think the main roster has enough females right now at the moment.
Well,
I'm like, maybe they could have one or two, but other than that, I can see her staying with NXT and not jumping.
I'm gonna differ from you because SmackDown has Becky, SmackDown has Sasha, SmackDown has Bianca, and those are some of the top performers. Raw has Rhea and Charlotte.
Then you got Tamina and Natalya.
Nobody talks
and then we all don't forget we also still have out there we got Nia and Shayna. Asuka's on what, SmackDown, I think? Mm-hmm. Is Asuka on SmackDown?
I think so.
No, Asuka is Raw.
Raw? Okay.
Raw? I thought she went back.
Yeah, she's Raw.
And then we got Nox and
that's SmackDown.
Is it
Friday?
Okay, not Nox and who else? What's
Tegan Nox and
Shotzi.
Shotzi, yeah, that's it.
But I see Raquel going to Raw as she goes to the main roster.
And the thing is, I liked Raquel even from when they did the tournament.
I did too.
She was one of my top picks.
No, I had Tegan all the way.
No, for me, I literally liked Raquel. So, but in this match here, I can see, even though as much as I like Raquel, I can see the Dakota going over. in this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Dakota's gonna take it actually.
I think it's her time. I think it's time. She's put in the work. She got Raquel over because she did.
So any information we need, just I was told just to ask Mike because he is a WWE wiki.
Chief. I do think that I could see Dakota Kai taking it. I mean they're building up, and that would keep Raquel. That would keep her in NXT. It could keep her in there. I mean, it could keep a feud going. That would be a good feud for a little bit before having Raquel jump ship.
All right, gentlemen. What we got going on next? We have the $1 Million Championship. LA Knight, the champion, taking on Cameron Grimes with I guess Ted DiBiase is going to be in his corner. If Grimes loses, DiBiase must become Knight's butler. I'm guessing my thoughts are Cameron Grimes over for the championship because I don't think they're going to let DiBiase be Knight's butler. Yeah. If they do, they better be paying him some good money to do that.
I think after these past couple hours, and I've been looking at this paper, yeah, Grimes, because Grimes been jobbing out for last few NXT.
Yeah, it's like he's due.
Yeah, so I think Grimes is going to take it. So unless they have some funny vignettes planned.
For I believe it's going to be we're probably going to see one or two funny vignettes. Probably a funny one, and then maybe in the beginning of the night as they're coming to the building or something, and maybe one right before they go out. Maybe they're backstage or something like that. I'm guessing, but yeah. So we're all in agreement here. Grimes over for the $1 Million Championship. All right.
Yep.
Now, the main event that a lot of people have been waiting for, which this will close out the SummerSlam weekend, and it's not a main roster match. This is going to be the match that everyone should be talking about now after this weekend, because like I said, it's the last match that you're going to see from WWE during this weekend, and it's Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole in a 2 out of 3 falls match. First fall will be a traditional wrestling style match. Second fall will be a street fight. Now, if by chance we have to go to a third fall, Regal has announced, if necessary, the third fall will be contested inside of a steel cage.
AKA the 3 stages of hell. Just call it the 3 stages of hell.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We're right now. I can tell you right now, we're already going to see the stage 3. We're going to see it.
Yes, we are.
And like I swear to God, if they go 2 falls back to back, like fans might be shitting on this main event for the weekend.
No, I think the first fall is going to go the longest. The second fall is going to go the shortest. And the third fall is going to go mediocre.
I think.
Yeah, I was going to say in between.
First fall.
Kyle O'Reilly.
I was going to say Cole, actually. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I'm going to say Adam Cole.
Cole. So second match will be. He says Cole. We both say O'Reilly. I take it.
Yeah.
Then to make it to the third and final fall, because they got to bring the cage. And like I said, if it goes 2 falls, people are going to be hating on WWE and what they're doing, whatever. So steel cage. I'm about to go with Kyle O'Reilly. I'm sorry. I want to say Adam Cole so bad, but everything's up in the air right now pertaining to like that
where he
that
goes after this.
well, that extended contract that he had, it pretty much ends this weekend, or it ended yesterday or whatever. But yeah, one, is he re-signing with NXT? Or are they going to bring him up to the main roster and sign him like that though? So either way, best like unless they already have him signed a contract already.
Right.
If he signed a contract and he stays on NXT, then he's going over. If he signed a contract and goes to Raw, then O'Reilly's over. But either way, if he didn't sign anything, I can see them having O'Reilly over, period. Just so if he decides to leave, they're not going to let his last match be him going over, at least.
I agree 100%. I have O'Reilly jotted down going over the whole thing. But just like you said, if he put pen to paper and it stays in NXT, he takes that match. If
I agree.
He put pen to paper but gets promoted, that's his swan song. He's going to Raw.
So either way, out of three different ways you look at this scenario, Riley's going over in two different forms, whether he pens or not. And then the only way Cole is going over,
if he stays in NXT.
if he signs, then he's either staying in NXT or he's still going or whatever. But either way, 2 out of 3 ways, I see O'Reilly over in the cage, unless Cole's actually really staying in NXT.
Exactly.
So, but time will tell tonight for NXT TakeOver 36. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a impromptu show. We had Dennis Reaper on earlier. We had Pat chiming in and out, but he had to bounce out to work. We talked about Friday night. We talked about SummerSlam, and we just talked about NXT just for these last 3 days. I'm sure there's a lot of other news on the internet that's happening right now, currently, but we're not on our phones checking them out. We actually had a typed up format that we stuck to, so that way we can stay on point. So, without any further ado, as always, any further ados. I like that. Oh, always, any further ado. But for upcoming events that I know of, that I have listed, I'm just going to shoot these off real quick for any of the fans out there. If you're into certain areas, if you're in the Pennsylvania area, let's say in the middle, maybe near, oh my God, where I want to say, near the Knobles. Yeah, if you're up near Knobles, or a matter of fact, if you're just up there and enjoying your weekend, take some time out. Come up to Sunbury, PA at the Sunbury Ice Rink. It's at 249 Memorial Drive in Sunbury, PA, as World Extreme Wrestling C4 will have an action-packed night of wrestling. Doors open at 5. Bell time is at 6 p.m. General admission is only $15. That's right, only $15. And for more information or advanced tickets, you can call 484-553-8077. 7 action-packed matches will be on the card. Also, there'll be a women's Diamond Division #1 contendership match, as well as you will see none other than WWE legends, the Head Shrinkers, Samu and Fatu. Now, Fatu, a.k.a. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, will be in the house. Also, the third generation, the future, Lance Anawahi will be there, as well as just recently, as seen on AEW Dark, the Sambo Show as Siler Andrews and Sam Adams, and many, many more will be in attendance for WXW C4 coming up next week. What was that date again? August 28th. That's right, in Sunbury, PA. So, folks, it's been a wild, crazy weekend, and it's not over yet. Not until SummerSlam. I mean, not to NXT TakeOver tonight. We will be back on the air this Thursday night, as we have set scheduled. Mark, Jindrak, Corey Lone, Corey. Oh my God, I hate these long words. Help me out here.
Corleone, right?
Yeah, there you go. That's right. I know, Jesus. Yeah, what's wrong with me? But yeah, former WCW Tag Team Champion, WWE Superstar, AAA, Lucha Libre USA. He's been all over, even to Japan. So tune in this Thursday night at 9:05 for our Breakfast and Body Slam spinoff Thursday Night Slam. And if you want to watch us, don't hesitate to tune in. Go to BodySlams.pro. That's right, BodySlams.pro. And you can click on any one of our links to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch to watch us. As well, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow. For the crew here on this impromptu Breakfast and Body Slams, I'm Chio Frost. Here's our good buddy, the Saint Bernard, the Better Bernard, Mikey, and the man sitting next to me.
What up?
T. Reyes. That's right. And like I said, tune in Thursday night at 9:05, and you can check us out chatting away with Mark Jindrak. And one other thing, once you go to BodySlams.pro, if you go to our pod shop, which is our shop page, where you can go either to Cafe Press or Spring. The links are on there. You can check out our T-shirts, Breakfast and Body Slams. We have currently like 4 or 5 T-shirts and other merchandise listed that you guys can pick and choose from either store, because on some stores you might have items that the other one don't. And one more time, I want to give a shout out to the Devereaux sports teams. Saturday, the old school show at 8 a.m. Gobbler Inc. at 9 a.m. Breakfast and Body Slams scheduled once a month in studio at 10 a.m. And on Sundays, the Sullivan Squad at 9 a.m. The MMA Misfits at 10 a.m. And soon to be coming to Devereaux Sports is none other than them 215 boys, the Dallas Cowboys sports show that we have on Devereaux Sports. Oh God. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the show. And like I said, I mentioned about WXWC4 August 28th in Sunbury, PA. And if you don't know about WXWC4, you know what? We have a video clip package that you guys can check them out and see what they're all about. Goodbye. Have a good day.